All right, big man, let's take a look at this here. I really like a lot of what you're doing here, so there's not a whole lot to change, so that's a good thing, but let's just look at the start. Okay, so let's take a look at the different, what I like to call pillars, and if you've ever watched a site called Arete Throws, he's really good at explaining this, but this is what I like to watch. So first and foremost is getting out around the left. So as you remember, I've also posted the Ryan Crouser breakdown. You have good linear position here. The armpit is out over the knee, which is out over this toe. Okay? Head is coming out and around. So that's all good stuff. Here is what I think you can start to work on though. So the wide around the left is pretty good. What I don't like at this point though is that, just changing arrows here, is that you're already starting to lean into the center too soon and off to the left. So if you take a look at your body lineup here, it's already starting to fall that way. It's not what I wanted to do. It's already starting to fall that way. And that's what we want to change. So, one quick thing. What I want you to do is I want you to stay a little more upright out of the back and not fall off to the left. Because what that does is it causes an over-rotation in the center, and the plant foot then ends up going left of center and the body starts to fall away. And that's why you don't get good power through, okay? But not saying that this is a terrible throw, just trying to give you some little things to work on. So that's one thing. So try and stay a little more upright here. Here's the second thing. As you're coming around, okay, what I do like, right hip is driving towards the field. That's good. That's what I want to see. But the head is already starting to turn away from the throw, even right here. So your foot's not even down, and your head's already looking towards the back of the circle. If you take a look at the Crouser breakdown that I did on YouTube, you'll notice that Crouser's eyes and hip go to the field as long as possible, even as his foot is down, and his eyes are still peeking out that way. Right now, your eyes are starting to come around this way, and what you don't get is you don't get that separation of upper and lower body. Okay, so that's the second thing. So the first thing is wide around the left, stay a little more upright. Second thing is drive your right hip and your eyes see the field. I call it seeing the field because I want you to find what's called a front focal. I want you to come around the corner and see where you're driving to. Okay? So that's the second thing. You get up on top of that toe nice, which is good. I find this arm to be a little bit lazy. If you take a look at it even prior, it's just sort of dangling there. Here gets good activity, but let's not overanalyze that for now. I don't want to throw too many things at you. What I want to see is this first entry, hip and eyes. Hip and eyes to the field. See the field. As far as finish goes, if I had to pick anything, and I'm being really picky, you might want to get a little bit of more grind off this toe. So what we call this is actually call this toe knee hip. So we make fun of it in our practices because we have a guy in practice. His name is Tony Hip Throw. But what we want to see is an active push off the toe, a turning of the knee, and then the hip driving towards the field on the finish of the throw. So toe, knee, hip, okay? But going back to the start, this is what I want you to work on this week in practice. Patient out around the left, which is pretty good. Not falling into the center, staying a little more upright. Hip to the field, see the field, keep seeing the field, even as you're get on top of that toe and still be trying to hold those eyes back just a bit. to create the upper body and lower body separation. All right, let's start with that this week.